Duck hunters are kind of a different breed. I would say that it's really the most pain in the butt hunting there can be. There's more equipment. It's not easy to access these places. You know, usually you have to get there by water, take a boat, then get in a smaller boat sometimes, trudge through sand or mud or whatever. We'll do a lot for a little flying bird. Stephen Lee, Intercoastal Safaris, he prides himself on doing some different stuff. You know, we did a monster hunt with him in the past, going after sharks and then hogs with thermal at night. That was wild. He said, you gotta come down here and do this coastal duck hunt. It's nothing like you've ever done. Diver ducks along the beach. One thing's for sure with duck hunting, it always starts really, really early in the morning. The alarm clock goes off, and I'm actually very awake because I'm excited. I'm excited about hunting these ducks along these white sand beaches. I've never done that. When I talked to Steven a month ago and he said, we've got this pontoon boat we've made into a duck blind, you're kind of thinking, what? A pontoon boat? So I couldn't wait to see this contraption. It looks like a big duck blind floating across the water. It's all brushed up, but inside, it's a pontoon boat. You look like you're about to go take your kids tubing on this thing. Our guides, Smokey and Aaron, awesome guys. I love going with guides who know what they're doing. They know what they're looking for. They know how to adjust depending on the weather conditions. Duck hunting's not easy. This way is not necessarily easy either. You're having to get out there, walk the anchors out, a lot of setup, a lot of decoys to put out. Hard-working guys, awesome guys to go with for a hunt. Kill him!
Ah, someone got it.
My favorite kind of hunting is duck hunting. I've hunted a lot of ducks and shot a lot of different types of species of ducks. But as far as targeting divers, I've never done that. This big open water, it's a bit different. They are flying fast, they're coming in, and sometimes they're setting up for the decoys, and sometimes they're just passing through really quickly. Oh.
We had great dreams and aspirations, but that duck was smarter than us.
Duck hunters know when you hit ducks, a lot of times they're wounded on the water, and divers, what divers will do, will dive. They'll go under. So out in that big open water, you're having to hit them again and again and make sure that they are absolutely DOA.
There you go, good shot.
A box of shells at this
A
bird.
box of shells for one bird.
That's an $80 bird.
Anyone who's been hunting with a guide knows guides, their eyes are tuned up. They can just see stuff before you can usually. That was absolutely true for hunting these diver ducks out in this big open water because there's you know, it's hard to get perspective. There's a lot of birds flying around down there along the coast. I mean, there's shorebirds and seagulls and cormorants and pelicans and a lot of different stuff. To identify a bufflehead or a redhead or a bluebill way out there, sometimes even a mile out, see them coming in, it's tough. But those guides know what they're looking at.
So this is what you're looking for when they're flying in. So if you're getting close to the limit on one or the other, you look for that distinct line on the bluebills, and it's the belly that'll give it away a lot of times. And it's definitely hard in the sun, but
That iridescent head is kind of awesome too.
wait till you get a bufflehead drake and you'll see that they're really not black and white. They're iridescent purple, green.
That's cool.
Very cool.
The conditions for duck hunters, generally wet conditions and can be kind of harsh. The conditions for these guys, we're talking salt water, sand, all that stuff. So we had a lot of talk about gear, whether that's boats and motors or guns or ammo or anything. It's tough conditions down there, and you need stuff that you can trust. I know CZ makes nice guns, but I don't really have any experience with the CZ shotguns. So the guns we were using for this hunt are the new CZ 1012s. 12 gauge shotgun, it's semi-auto, but it's an inertia gun, so different system. And the things that people like about inertia guns, they can kind of run dirty or with less oil and that kind of thing. Basically, it doesn't care. First impressions of it, looks nice. It had a real trim, light feel to it. All camoed out, which the camo is nice for concealment, but really that dipped gun gives it an added degree of protection against the elements. I think duck hunters are like golfers or anything else. They're always trying to find the perfect thing that's gonna help them be successful. And ammo is absolutely one of those things for duck hunters. One of those solutions is velocity. We were hunting with the Kent cartridge, Fast Steel 2.0. It's known for higher velocities, hitting the ducks hard with that steel shot. One of the things they did with this 2.0 is the non-corrosive elements to it. The head is nickel head, the shot's plated. It's got an upgraded primer. It has a good powder mix for reliability. All that stuff, duck hunters know. Your shotgun shells sitting in a wet bag, they get wet, they rust. If they rust, they won't feed. Trust me, I've done this, I've tried it. We put in full chokes in the CZs, and let me tell you, if I did my part, the ammo absolutely did its part.
Stevens arranged for the chefs at the Floribama Old River Grill to whip up a special recipe with our ducks. Let's go see what's cooking.
They gave Chef Mike our ducks earlier in the day and said, just whatever you want to do something great, do something cool. So he says, I got you. He whipped up this amazing dinner with the ducks, using the hearts and the livers from the ducks. You know, sportsmen are funny. They have their preference on what they like to eat. Oh, I don't like diver ducks. We'll hear that. Well, let me tell you, these diver ducks were delicious. It was really cool, different experience.